Hey everyone, and welcome to RTD Sessions, where we shine a light on the vibrant and diverse artists that make Chicago undoubtedly the best place ever for house music lovers. I'm joined by DJ, producer, Maximo Quinones. Welcome to our show. We're so happy to have you.
Yo, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of stuff going on just this week, but you've been busy for a while. We've been trying to catch you, get you to play for us, get you on our show. Tell me, what do you have going on right now?
So it's been a wild ride since COVID. You know, the plan was to really, come out strong since it was like a slow start. We had a year basically to just work on music. Line up shows that we knew that was going to happen after COVID. So yeah, I mean, just working on a lot of new music, sending it to the labels that I've wanted to, and also, playing in different countries now and also different states. So, life's good. I can't really complain right now.
You've literally been everywhere, and I feel like every time I open Facebook, there's a new flyer for somewhere you're playing.
Yeah.
How are you managing just bouncing around, like you said, country to country, place to place in Chicago?
You know what? It's funny you mentioned that. A lot of people always say, like, how do you do that? Well, I mean, like I said, I've had like a year to really, sit down and not do much. So now that I do have this time to like be able to do what it's slowly coming back, and I'm getting into it again. I'm loving it. It's really not like hard for me to manage it. It's just like, boom, I want to be here. Boom, I'm gonna do this after. So.
Yeah, it's like the adrenaline rush.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I missed it. It's what we used to have.
Yeah.
And now we're getting it back. So it's exciting times right now.
So you told me this before, and I was like shocked. You actually DJ and produce full time, but you have a background in finance, right?
Yeah. So I went to the University of Illinois, Chicago. I graduated with 2 degrees, finance and management. It is still a passion of mine. I love finance. However, I love making music. So.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Yeah.
So I have a useless master's degree in criminal justice, and I'm now doing this, so I understand.
Yeah.
Do you ever have that come up? I mean, I guess as managing yourself and all that good stuff. Like, I'm sure it's a good background to have.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't have a manager right now. However, I am doing I'd say fairly well for someone who's getting their own shows by themselves and doing everything by themselves, and making sure I know when to grab stuff from people like promoters to pay me, stuff like that. But yeah, it's very beneficial in terms of how to talk to people. You get to understand the business side of things a little more in the music industry. So those 2 degrees have really helped me develop as a musician, but also as a person in the music scene. So.
Yeah, that's super important, and not everybody has that aspect. So it's good. You can look out for yourself, basically.
Yeah, and it's fun. I love numbers and stuff. So when you're talking to these people and you're trying to figure out a price or something, it's really cool to be able to talk to them and make them understand your value.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
super important. You're your biggest advocate. So.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I know that you really your primary focus is like tech house, right?
Yes.
But I've also heard you put a lot of Latin flair into your music, which I love.
Yeah.
And I used to live in South Florida, and that was such a huge part of South Florida. And I feel like Chicago doesn't grasp that as much. So it's really refreshing to hear you play that style. I mean, what draws you to that?
Well, I'm 100% Mexican, so Latin music just runs in my blood. It's through my family. I've been listening to it since I was a little kid, and I do love it. I love Latin music a lot. So if I'm able to infuse it with another passion of mine, house music, I'm gonna do it. Especially if you could find a really cool way to chop up some vocals or Latin horns. I love that stuff. So.
Yeah.
I love doing it, and house music and Latin music together just creates something super awesome. So.
Beautiful. Do you think enough people know who Bad Bunny is? Like, more people.
Yeah.
When I say white people, I guess they need to know.
No, it's not even that. It's more like here in the United States, if you travel outside of the United States, every country in Europe listens to that type of music.
Mm-hmm.
Every country. I'm not just saying Spain, but everything. And those guys are celebrities times 10. They're worldwide. Where a lot of artists are just staying in the United States and they're only known here. So I think the United States is slowly, expanding its flavor. But
Yeah.
yeah, Bad Bunny is, I mean, to me, he's sick. So
It's amazing. I've seen him in concerts, like the best show ever. Okay,
yeah.
so talking about kind of like this music that we're introducing people to, I want to bring something up because it struck a nerve with a lot of people. You posted a status recently that I 100% agreed with on Facebook. Do
Oh
you know
yeah,
which
yeah,
one
yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I know what you're talking
I want to read it. That's why I pulled up my phone so I can say it word for word, and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you said, unpopular opinion, but the Chicago house music scene can be so much better if it opened its doors instead of trying to stay underground. Seems like every other state and country has a large scene, but we don't, which sucks because we're the home of house.
Yeah, I still agree.
Yeah, and you were getting some heat
You
on that
what?
status, and I was like, why? He's not wrong.
Though? A lot of people didn't read the first line. I put unpopular opinion. The Chicago house scene can be so much better. They just thought I said Chicago has no house scene. Like, oh, everyone was like, oh yeah, we do. Like trying to come at me. I'm like, whoa, relax, guys. Like I'm just saying, like, for being the home of house and going to different states and going to different countries, and the scenes there are just thriving. And me personally, I know I got a lot of comments that were like, oh, you're young, blah 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 blah. However, I've been listening to music, house music since I was a little kid on the south side of Chicago. That's all you listen to at block parties. You go to basement parties. That's all you listen to. So I've been around it for I don't know, maybe 15 years since I started partying and being at these block parties when I was 8, 9 years old. So yeah, it just to me, I just don't see it a lot, and it's coming from someone who's out 24/7.
Yeah.
So, and I love house music. So in the status, it wasn't saying oh, Chicago doesn't have a scene. I'm saying we should bring more, bring more of it, and there should be more parties thrown during the week in nightclubs. Throw a house party at a club that's huge but doesn't have any house parties, stuff like that. You can make it happen, but a lot of people just want to stick to their little cliques. And I don't know.
Yeah, well, as a house music consumer and lover, I mean, there's very few places that I go that I know will play quality house music. You can list them on one hand, I feel like.
Yes, you can.
And maybe that's, a narrow view because we're thinking okay, River North or whatever. But you're right that there's not a lot of places. And I saw a couple comments. I think this one was from Lex. He said, long progressions are part of house music, and a lot of typical people who go out can't handle that. You've got people who just kind of want to rage and don't really go for the music. They just go to meet people and drink or whatever. So maybe that's why it's not it's not mass produced, but there are enough of us that are craving more places to go listen to really good house.
Yeah, absolutely. And the way I see it is Chicago's known for house music, right?
Right.
So let's say there's tourists, that want to come to Chicago and they love house music and they're expecting a bunch of clubs to be playing house, and then they can't really find somewhere to go. You know what I mean? That's what I'm envisioning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can go to a bunch of different states and they got massive clubs that are, just dropping house music all night, and it's massive clubs.
Mm-hmm.
I know Prism's doing a good job now bringing a lot of house artists. So
Yep.
kudos to them because I love Prism and
Yeah.
their staff. So,
We were there
but I
on
want to see
Saturday.
more of that. I don't know. I just feel like I want to see more in my city,
Yeah.
or in my hometown.
Nobody better roast us for this conversation because it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth. And, people, I mean, I understand the responsibility of these bar and club owners to, bring people out. They got to pay the bills. But there's a ton of us that would just love some more options.
Yeah. And Les Nocturne, they're doing a great. I love Les Nocturne. That's an awesome venue. They're doing a great job. I hope Spy Bar opens up soon. I love Spy.
Please.
So yeah. So these are the spots that I want to be at. Sound Bar.
The thing,
Yeah.
I have a picture of Spy Bar hung in my living room. It's next to my husband and I's wedding picture.
That's awesome.
We printed it out and just that's we're house music people are that dedicated to the music, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I want, like I said, we should be expanding it more. That's just me though. I'm sorry if it's an unpopular opinion.
I agree. No, I mean, like you said, people are like, "Oh, you're so young." I mean, you're gonna run into that. But
yeah, but
don't
I
listen
mean,
to them.
I think I'm doing fairly well for someone my age.
You are. You are. So tell me, what do you have coming up this summer? I know you're on some festival lineups.
Yeah. So North Coast, I announced roughly around a month ago or two.
Yeah.
So I'm playing North Coast. That's going to be in Bridgeview at SeatGeek Stadium. I'm super pumped for that because I'm actually like 10 minutes away from there.
Oh.
So I get like party at my house and then go.
That's really
so
nice.
that's going to be awesome. And then, excuse me, I got hit up by some of my buddies in Cincinnati, Ohio, and they're throwing a festival called Interstellar. And yeah, I'm going to go out there and play. That's in August as well. I believe it's August 15th and 16th. It's a Saturday and Sunday. And it has an awesome lineup, a little mixture of everything. You have some dubstep, you have some bass house, tech house, everything, you name it. So it's on there. So I'm excited. I know I'm playing with some really cool guys like Freakon. He's awesome. West End's awesome. I've actually opened for him here in Chicago. So I'm excited for that.
Well, that's awesome. So we're really excited to hear you play today. You're going to do an exclusive set for us, so we're excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, let's get to it.
Let's do it.